Welcome to the HMG Executive Leadership Spotlight. Here's our host, Hunter Muller.
Hello and welcome to the HMG Global Recognition Institute program. I'm Hunter Muller, founder and CEO of HMG Strategy, here with Ryan Loy from McKinsey. Hey, Ryan, it's great to see you. Welcome to today's Spotlight. You're one of our top picks as a global CIO. Give us some of your insights over your career and your many different roles. What did it take to be successful, to drive influence and dominate the discussion, or influence and power with the C-suite, the line of business, and the boardroom?
Yeah, that's a great question, and thank you, Hunter. And I'm glad to be here, and thank you for the recognition. You know, I would say it probably breaks down into probably three core areas. You know, if you look at the history of the role of the CIO, it's predominantly been a back office champion, really helping businesses to connect better, not only internally, but with customers and suppliers. And we've done that very well as a CIO community. Of course, the shift has happened pretty drastically over the last decade. And my personal belief is to really dominating the executive community, as you put it, really starts with the shift of the mindset of those in IT. You know, oftentimes in the organizations I've led, or even now as a partner at McKinsey, you know, we see a lot of individuals say, well, I work in IT, I do this, or I do that. And it's that kind of shift where we start to say, well, no, actually, you're a business person that happens to have accountability over IT. And that shift is really important, and it gets to how well individuals in the IT organization or even the CIO is aligned to the business. Are they truly acting as a partner? Do they truly understand the needs of the suppliers and customers we serve? And can they help to drive the agenda in a manner by which leverages the capabilities of the IT organization? So I'd say that is predominantly the first most important shift and task of a CIO.
Next step from there is, right, finding customers and growing new markets, right?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So what does it take to influence and dominate the discussion in the executive suite?
You know, if you look at all of the companies, pick any industry, the companies that tend to do exceptionally well, that year over year beat the S&P, those are the companies that have heavily invested in technology. And with that comes a strong understanding that technology really is the linchpin to help catapult the business to meet some of these expectations that either the street has put down on the organization or the management team has put in place. And going back to my previous comment, I've always lived under kind of these core four principles. You know, keep your assets healthy, deliver on commitments. But 3 and 4 is really about know the business and be able to articulate what's next. And to answer your question, Hunter, you know, what I have seen from a characteristics, I've done this previously in my careers, but I've really kind of started to shift is a lot of individuals in IT and even the CIOs, we have what's called a, you know, shiny object syndrome, which is, you know, our vendors and suppliers and partners want to come in and share with us some of the new capabilities and technologies or tools that they've built. And oftentimes, the organizations I've led, we tend to get fixated on, wow, look at this great release that Splunk has done, or look at the capabilities of Snowflake. But we forget the nuance, which is it's not about the shiny object. It's about being able to be intimately familiar with our customers. So how often are you meeting with our customers and suppliers? How well do you really understand the business agenda and where we need to be as an organization 3 to 5 years out? And when you really understand that, then you can meet the fourth objective, which is being able to articulate what's next, which means when these shiny objects come across the organization, you're able to say, no, does not apply. I'm able to craft business cases. I'm able to bring that to the executive committee. I'm able to drive change, expedite improvements across the business because of my familiarity with the risks and issues of the enterprise, but also a familiarity with the capabilities in the marketplace and how those will directly impact the bottom line.
Great stuff, Ryan. How would you articulate your leadership style? What matters now most in this highly innovative, disruptive time that we're in?
Yeah, that's a great question, Hunter. I would say it breaks down into two different areas. One, you must have command knowledge of your domain expertise. Obviously, we've seen a huge shift, and we'll continue to see a shift around privacy, ransomware, all that. Cybersecurity tends to be a higher agenda item, even with the SEC, and we'll continue to see that at the board level. So as an information leader, it's critical to have a very commanding level understanding of privacy, the implications of data, and of course, the implications of cyber. And secondarily, or perhaps as important, is the understanding of a business. And one of the areas that I really push down to the organizations I've led is, when we think about programs, when we think about different projects and initiatives we want to get off, I always say, well, what's the value add? What's the NPV model? What's the WIP? What does it look like from a return on invested capital? So really forcing financial discipline around decision-making really puts the onus on the teams to say, wow, this looks like a great capability. If we don't understand the value that it's delivering, the financial impact that it may have on us in years to come, or how it's reducing risk, then overall the decision isn't supported. So having a strong understanding of organizational and enterprise risk, followed with a strong understanding and comprehension of finance, I think is what helps to distinguish CIOs and IT leaders across each other.
Hey, Ryan, congratulations. You're a top pick, a nominee for the 2023 HMG Global Recognition Awards Program. I'm looking forward to seeing you at an upcoming summit and having McKinsey wrapped around the HMG brand across the globe. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
For more information, please visit hmgstrategy.com and keep up to date by following us on our social media platforms. Thank you.